What is going on, guys? Fighting Game Select is here. We are back again. We got Punkdagod in the building. What's good, bro?
How you doing?
I was watching a little bit of your Ed gameplay, and I know you have a lot to say. I'm gonna wait until we get into the nitty gritty of it, but we're gonna talk about the aesthetics of the character. I think that's one of the most coolest things for me personally. How do you feel about his aesthetic so far?
I think Ed looks really cool, honestly. I think he was very well designed in the game. Like, you can tell they put a lot of effort into the character, making his moves, making how he looks, how he moves, like everything. I feel like that has to do with him, like, in the game, not like, gameplay wise. I think like he aesthetically just looks amazing. Like, everything is just really nice on Ed.
Like, he really looks like that cool dude, right? Yeah. Honestly, like, I wouldn't mind him being like the cover of the game. Like, that's how cool he was.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if he was like took Luke's spot,
Yeah, just because I thought he was just like super cool, I don't know if it's because he got that edgy look, but whatever. But I gotta say, like, that Alt 2 outfit of him really makes him like me anymore. I think his colors, from like colors like 1 to 10, are like fantastic.
Yeah, I only played the original, the one that it games with. I like that one with the hoodie open. I feel like that one's cool.
Let's talk about the gameplay, man. What is your thoughts right now of Ed's gameplay?
I think Ed's very fun character. Like, I actually enjoy playing him a lot, and I think I'm gonna continue to play him for a while. Feel like he's maybe not the strongest character for sure. I don't think so from playing him. I feel like I got quite a lot of time into him at this rate. I've been playing him probably for like a week straight. It's probably the longest I played any DLC character in this game. So I think right now he doesn't seem that strong. I feel like he just lacks so much in the like neutral. And he's also kind of slow. Like, his walk speed is not very good, especially walking back. And then on top of that, all his buttons are kind of very slow start up. So even when you want to throw out his buttons, people just you just take the risk of always getting jumped in on. No matter what you're doing with Ed, he's usually taking a risk of someone being able to jump. I feel like his fireball doesn't really help, like, in zoning wars. I feel like he can't really fight characters with fireballs. So if you pick a character that actually has a fireball, I feel like the character just kind of can't do much. Like, you can fireball, you can do the fireball back, like, to nullify it, but they just going to shoot their second fireball with your second fireball, and you just back to square one. But eventually they can kind of get in range where they can whiff punish the startup of you trying to do the fireball on startup. So I feel like that's just it just makes it hard to fight characters that actually has a projectile with Ed.
I feel like they dropped the ball, and jump on this if you feel, but I feel like they dropped the ball for like his kill rush to not go under fireballs. I felt like with that, how that move looks, and like, kind of like that boxer, I would think that he would be able to duck under those projectiles.
That's the 2 kick button move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be kind of too good, though. They would have to at least make it an input. I feel like if they were going to make it go through fireballs, no way they would let it be the 2 kicks and it going through the fireballs.
Yeah, I thought they were trying to bring back the V skill button,
Yeah, no, that would have been crazy easy to react with.
Yeah, maybe give it some projectile info under like frame 6, probably. Some, at least from like far distance, right? But I think what I would like a little bit more from him too is that I feel like for a boxer, I feel like his up close game is really not that strong. I was expecting a little bit more out of him, especially being like that type of boxer, right? So I feel like, honestly, his biggest strength is like his mid range, but a lot of good characters also have great mid range. So it really feels like he's like okay.
Yeah, I didn't even talk about the jabs. Like, his up close game is really, really bad. It's very hard to even get a jab combo with him, since you can't cancel his crouching jabs, and they're also -5 on block.
Bro, so, why is his crouching jab -5 on block?
Yeah, I have no clue. So on top of that, when they do hit, most times the stand jab whiff, so you can't get the combo to actually work. So you just end up kind of just lost when you up close, so your defense is really bad since the DP is slow, and they can still do a meaty and block in time. And then the crouch and jab isn't that good for defense because you don't really get much out of it. Like, it's just a big risk, but it's no real reward at all. So I feel like up close, he
can't fight.
Can't really fight. Once you get in on Ed or you make him start guessing, he really just can't test you at all.
He just loses his boxing skills.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. And, I think another thing that's really bad, too, is that, talking about, like, some of the things that, like you said, you can just meaty with him if he uppercut, but also his level 1. You can also meaty jab, and it also beats the super, so his level 1 super. So I'm like, for a character that has, like, all these, like, cool, like, aesthetics, like that boxing style, I feel like when it's time to box, he's not there.
I don't think so either. It's just very weird, honestly. I don't know why he's like a boxer, but they don't want to let him fight up close. I understand they wanted to make his mid-range a bit better, but like the mid-range is okay. But I feel like even the reward from it is just not high. Like, nothing Ed does a ton of damage unless you spend like a level 3 or a level 2. His regular combos don't really do that much damage. So the neutral is just kind of whatever with him because, even if he does get the hit, he doesn't do too much damage, while most characters who's hitting him are going to do quite a lot of damage in the mid-range. So it just makes playing him scary. And on top of just when you press a button with Ed, you might get jumped in on all the time, or a lot of things you can drive impact with his special moves. You can drive impact a lot, then you end up having to bait with like the backdash, and then I feel like if you bait is not good, you just push yourself closer towards the corner for them faster, so you just end up seeing yourself in the corner when you do go for the baits with Ed and they don't actually work out.
I feel like for Stand Heavy Punch, for him to like have to fully charge to go to projectiles is really bad. I think getting into like that max charge where he can like at least do the follow-up should have some type of projectile envoy. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 120 frames for the fully charged, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, like, bro, like, Guile's going to throw like 5 booms by that time, So, I just think a lot of things that allow him to get around fireballs are not really good. Like, it's really hard.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's super expensive versus it's just cheap for them.
I don't really know what type of character he was supposed to exactly be in this game, because he's just not really excel at anything. And I think his jumping is very bad. There's a lot of times if somebody press a crouching button, most times his jumping will just whiff a lot if you do jumping heavy punch. So you got to start, I guess, trying to use jumping light kick. I don't know, but also his cross up is very bad. Like, I'd rather them just not give him a cross up since he's a boxer, because his cross up is really bad. It whiffs quite often and end up getting punished even when you're very close to them. So I feel like they definitely gonna have to change his cross up a bit if they actually wanted to give him one. And yeah, I don't know, bro. This character, he's very fun. I don't know. Like, I want to keep playing him, but he just don't seem like he got a great future. But there's still an update gonna come, so maybe they just wanted to throw Ed out there right now, and they just got some big changes for him during the big update, whenever that is.
So let me ask you this: do you think Ed is easy to play?
No, I don't think he's very easy to play. I think you gotta be a very defensive kind of player. A lot of people don't really like to play defensive anymore. Like, Ed doesn't really have
we throw that out the window. Everybody trying to box.
Yeah, he doesn't have a very strong offense, right? And his drive rush also isn't very good. So it doesn't really travel fast, and it doesn't go far at all. So it got 2 big no's on the drive rush that you don't want. So his drive rush is pretty bad, on top of just not, I don't know, he's just not really a character that can start offense just out of nowhere. It takes a lot of patience and waiting for your moment, and I feel like that's just not a strategy that's very common these days. And it's just you taking a risk everything you do, so you gotta really be able to take being punished heavy if you're going to make a mistake with him, because a lot of times when someone do punish something you're doing, it's going to be a bigger punish, like from a jump in or a drop impact. something like that. So you're gonna have to be able to willing to live through those and just be able to come back in those big like mistakes.
It's unfortunate that style of play is not like a common thing, because I think it's one of the most coolest things to watch, because when you watch it, you never know what's going to happen. Like what is the players thinking, right? And like being able to like kind of see those puzzles that he's setting in place, it's like really cool to watch. But with that being said, that means that nobody's going to play this guy. With that all being said, nobody trying to put the puzzles together. They just try to, press enter, hit the buttons, and unfortunately that's what it is. But overall, I'm glad he's just like a cool character, right?
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this, man: is Ed more fun than he was in Street Fighter V? Personally, for me, I thought Street Fighter V was so lame.
I actually was a big fan of Ed in Street Fighter V. Like, the only reason I didn't like to play him was because you can't really whiff punish with him, so I didn't like...
That was my thing.
Yeah, I didn't really like that he can't really whiff punish into anything. You could do maybe sweep or just a button. Like, if you do, like, button into special move, a lot of times it would just whiff and you just get punished, so... I definitely didn't like that part about Ed, but I think his moves were cool. Like, they should have kept like the rising up kick into the down punch. I feel like that was a cool anti-air. They should have kept that as an anti-air.
That was so cool, actually. I forgot all about that move, and that was like a two. That was like the two kicks. Yeah, that was super dope. My biggest issue was I felt like every time I was playing him, I just had to do like the 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Like that was kind of like his thing. And then like if they jump, kick them, and then like slam them down, right?
Yeah.
I like 6 a lot, only because I'm really a big fan of like the flickers. Like I like how they did his kicks in this game. I think how they did his kicks are like some of the coolest things ever.
Yeah.
Despite not being the strongest in terms of like, everything else, aesthetically it's like really cool. It reminds me of like that Steve Fox from Cross Tekken a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I think too. It's definitely very similar to Steve Fox. I like Ed. I honestly like him more probably in 6 though. I think like he's just more fun. Like I don't know what it is about him. He's not as strong as he was like towards the end of 5, but like he's just extremely fun in this game. And
he feels rewarding.
Yeah, he do. Like
despite the reward
he
gives
you, really good.
Yeah, like the fact that you got your kill rush timing. Like the follow ups. You could change the follow ups until like the other the delay at the later frame or the early frame. Like those little things like that feels really nice. And like when you land that level 2, it feels really good too. And when you finally do damage, it also feels good. It feels really nice. We all know Ed is not probably the best in terms of tier wise, but definitely one of the coolest characters that they announced. I think he's more cooler than Rashid and Aki personally. And I thought Aki was cool, but I actually think like Ed, I was like, damn, they did him good.
Yeah.
The trailer, I was a little concerned, but like after seeing the gameplay and like them giving us like the little breakdown video for Capcom, kudos to Capcom, ended up really good. So thank you so much for coming in here, man.
No problem, bro.
Yeah, and where can they find you, bro?
You can find me everywhere at Punkdagod, DA, not THE, and that'll be all my socials.
Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Let me know how you guys feel about Ed, gameplay wise. Do you think he potentially can be good? And if you do potentially think he could be good, please let us know why, because I will love to know why. If you guys think he's super fun, let me know as well. Tell me the things that you like about him. Tell me your favorite color. I personally like the highlighted yellow. That one's like really, really good for me. But you guys let me know in the comment section below, and we'll be seeing you guys in the next episode.